Okay, can you hear my voice now? How about now? Beep, 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 beep. Okay, sorry guys. Sorry guys, there's always technical difficulties in the world of live streaming. I have yet to meet someone who did not have an issue with the live streams, no matter how much of a nerd they were. Alright. So now it's good, huh? Cool. I wonder what that beeping was. When I review the video, I will look it over and see what's going on. So in the meantime, as people come in, I will, I'll just let you know that my latest video was a podcast interview, and it was with Lenore Oren, and she's an opera singer. And you might think, well, what does singing have to do with, the mind or body? But it turns out a lot. Turns out, I mean, I learned a lot. It's just a lot about, how stiffness plays a role in your voice and all sorts of different ideas that we ran through about motivation and doing your best and not, letting yourself get down, and posture and how posture relates to voice. And so it was an interesting podcast, an hour long. If you want to listen to something for an hour, maybe in the car or whenever, just check that out. And then some other things. Oh, by the way, if you have any questions, let me know. And if my voice is good, video is good or not, let me know as well. Other than that, if you are on Reddit, on the R Bodyweight Fitness subreddit, I did make a post here about sharing the last two videos I made on wrists, and it's blowing up. It's I think in the top 10 or top 20 all-time most upvoted things right now. Basically, check that out if you are a Redditor, or even if you're not a Redditor. It's at just go r-bodyweight fitness, and it'll be on the top there. So chat has no feedback other than someone says thanks for the yoga video. You're welcome, rainbows. There we go. Very cool. That's one of my favorite videos and sequences as well. Other than that, until we get any questions coming in, I do have an Instagram page. You can follow me at antranik.org. And also, if you're on Facebook, I cross-post everything on my Facebook page as well. Okay? So that's about it in terms of catching up. Other than that, my videos on stretching the wrists are really nice, just because, especially because they have my dog in there. And yeah, I think we have one question coming in, so let us switch over to that. Horekre is asking, have you ever tried CBD against anxiety or just for recovery or relaxing? So honestly, I've tried it, but I don't know. I don't know if it's like a placebo effect or what, but I didn't notice any change. But then again, I barely tried it, so it's something you would have to try, and I don't know. I guess the only way to really know is if you take like meticulous notes and really jot down how you feel without taking it normally, and then take it and then jot down your notes, and that's the only way you would know if it's actually making a difference. The thing is, people who do CBD are also people who do THC, which is weed in general, which is very psychoactive. So oftentimes I see people doing both. So it's like, how can you differentiate the two if you are doing both, right? So I don't really trust people who say that CBD works for this or that or whatever. I mean, you could just take like a sugar pill, and someone tells you it's good for relaxation, and then you take it, and then there's like a good 30% chance that you feel relaxed just because someone said it would work. So I don't actually know if it works. Maybe if it works for you, that's great, but I don't know. I personally don't put too much vested interest in it and don't put too much weight in it. I mean, so yeah. I think my stream is slow. What do you guys think? My computer is messing up here. Thundercat says you're the fucking man. Thank you, Thundercat. Thank you. You the boss as well, man. You the boss. Alright, so it's official. I need a better computer. For some reason, just need a better processor. Gotta upgrade that life. Alright, so I have another question coming in. It looks like a injury related. No, not injury, but it says, my pinky and ring finger on the right hand seem to fall asleep if I bend my elbow while sleeping. I have a super tight spot near my elbow. Not sure if what? Kiskel? Oh, not sure if a muscle or tendon, but I think it's the source. Any suggestion on stretches or nerve glides? So there are a ton of nerve glides on YouTube. If you just YouTube search nerve glides in general, like for the shoulder, elbow, you will find a ton of stuff, and I just recommend you do a few of them. Just run through them all. Some are better quality than others. There's one that is particularly good, and that is called, I'm trying to remember, Novel Wrist Movements. I think it's just called Novel Wrist Movements. Let me see. And if you search that, it can help a lot. However, basically try to sleep without bending your elbow. I know it's might be tough, but you can also just tell yourself to not do it, you know? Sorry, I don't have much more info on that, but see if a physical therapist, if it keeps bothering you. Do some self-massage if it's actually a tight muscle. And yeah, go from there. I hope that helps. Gabe saying, I'm taking a few weeks off doing push exercises due to shoulder issues. Any ideas for how to do push-ups safer? Also, how to improve push-up count. Honestly, shoulder issues are really complicated. Have you checked your form? So I hope you're not flaring your elbows, like you're not doing wide you're not doing wide push-ups. Make sure that they are like more alongside your body, and your shoulder should not be going down straight down to your hands, but going forward as well. I have a video on how to do proper push-ups. So just Google my name and how to do push-ups, and you will find some help there, because if it is your form, that could be easily corrected. If it's not your form, then you might need some sort of physical therapy. Personally, I love anything that has to do with band rehab, anything that uses a band for rehab. So those are very helpful for helping to repair the shoulder. But again, I don't know, shoulders are so complicated, and there are so many issues that could be the reason for it. And in regards to doing more, honestly, I don't know why you want to do 60 push-ups. I would say just do harder push-ups, like pseudo planche push-ups, where you lean more forward. Other than that, I mean, if you are doing so many, maybe your issue is that you are doing too many and you're not doing enough pulling exercises like rows and pull-ups to counter that. Because if you're constantly pushing, it's going to keep pushing your shoulders forward, and that can exacerbate issues as well. So yeah, Gabe, another thing is, I mean, rest more in between your sets. 1 minute might not be enough for the amount that you're doing. So definitely more rest can be very helpful. Okay? Someone's asking, will you do videos about nutrition and diet in the future? Absolutely. I actually have a whole series on nutrition that I want to do. So that's coming in the pipeline. It's just, I just want to make it perfect, you know? Whenever you do something, you got to do your best. Otherwise, what's the point? You look back at it, you want to be proud of what you do, right? If you look back at something and you go, man, why did I post that? Why did I do that? It's just not even worth it. So, in regards to a nutrition series, it will happen for sure. And with summer around the corner for us in the northern hemisphere, it's a timely thing to do. No, sorry, Martin. I don't have any tips on high blood pressure. I'm sorry. Other than, whatever you would read normally on the internet, I don't have any other opinions about that. Sorry. Yes, hanging is good for the shoulder in general. Especially if you don't do any hanging, it's usually a very nice thing. All right, that's good. I like the chat because you guys are helping each other out. That is excellent to read. Thank you, Thundercat, for giving that self-massage tip. All right, and then we have Andre asking, he had his first workout yesterday and the body is really sore. Should I train tomorrow? So, if it was a very intense workout, you don't have to train the next day, but it's likely that you will still feel sore 3-4 days after your first workout. So in such a scenario, yeah, you can totally work out again. You can work out through the soreness. And actually I found that working out through the soreness helps to dissipate the soreness quicker. So if all I did was rest for 4 days, I will feel sore, let's say for 4 days. But if I do some sort of exercise again to move the muscles, get the blood flowing, increase the blood circulation, I won't feel as sore. So just, yeah, if you want, do another workout, but don't do it as high intensity as your first one. Always think of longevity. Sometimes less is more, If you do too much all at once, it's gonna bite you in the butt after. So just a lot of fitness and health is all about regulating, auto-regulating, and finding the consistency and intensity that is sustainable so you can do it all the time, Oh, Mia says she likes the interview with the opera singer. That's good. Yeah, I didn't think there would be a connection between me and the singing, but there was a lot to talk about there. It was very cool. Apparently, yoga is very helpful, not just for flexibility or feeling good in your body, but also for singers and I'm sure so many other sports, right? Or just activities in general. All right, Jason's asking, trying to decide if I should do seated cable rows in addition to inverted rows, or if inverted rows are sufficient. Honestly, they are probably sufficient, so just stick to one. You don't have to do everything. As long as you're doing a few sets, like 3 sets or more of either one, you don't have to do both. So try to be efficient, and that's about it. Yeah, it should be enough. Just like choose one or the other. You don't need to do like a bunch of variations. You could switch it up. Maybe one week do inverted rows and then another week do the cable rows. I mean, they're gonna work similar muscles, so you don't want to overdo it. There's no need to overdo it. Um, Frisk Moo saying you're one of the best movement fitness coaches. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And you're from Europe, you say? Yeah, that's awesome. I'm actually going to Portugal for the first time in my life. I haven't been to Europe for 13 years. So this is going to be very cool. I'm going to Portugal. It's supposed to be amazing seafood and fairly affordable compared to the other Western European countries. So I look forward to that. All right, we got another question. Best position to sleep in? I sleep on my side and I feel it's affecting my posture. Yeah, so in general, if I try to always strive to sleep on my back. If you have a very soft mattress, sleeping on your back does not feel great, okay? A nice firm mattress is perfect for sleeping on your back. If you sleep on your side, having a soft mattress is very helpful. So if your mattress is firm and you're sleeping on your side, you're gonna have to use some pillows, like use a pillow between your knees, and then maybe a pillow underneath your other arm. And yeah, there's quite a bit of information about side sleeping and how to make it comfortable. In general, it's not the most ideal position. If you want to try to if you can sleep on your back, that is more symmetrical and ideal. But again, sleeping is such a personal thing. I'm not gonna say don't sleep on your side, you know? Find a way to make it work. If you feel it's affecting your posture, you might need a different pillow or a different mattress. And if you haven't had a new mattress for a long time, if you have a spring mattress, you should consider flipping your mattress around, because there will be an indent eventually in the mattress. So flipping the mattress is sometimes a good idea. If you have a memory foam mattress, I don't think it matters to flip it, but you can double check on that. So those are some ways to refresh your mattress as well. So there we go. Andre is helping as well by confirming sleeping on your back is the best. That's good. Okay, new question time. Since I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I feel I have strong hips going backwards. Sometimes it makes me have posterior pelvic tilt after getting off the mat. Any exercises to counterbalance that? That's an interesting question. I'm not sure actually. Right off the top of my head, I can't think of an answer. I'm sorry, Mia. I'm blanking out. I'm just not thinking. I'm not able to visualize properly right now. If someone in the chat knows the answer, please help them out. Next question. Wim Hof. Have I tried Wim Hof breathing and cold showers? So cold showers, I did a lot. I've done cold showers for a long time. I still do them. I don't do them as much in the winter because the water is freezing. And it's just a little too cold. I don't like feeling cold in general. But in the summer, I do it all the time. In the spring, summer, fall. And I love to end my showers with the cold. So I feel it's very refreshing, especially at night before sleeping. So I love to take a shower before I sleep. And you know, one of the best things that will help you to fall asleep is your body temperature going down. And if you just end your shower with the cold, you're more likely to fall asleep. And yeah, I mean, I sleep just fine regardless if it's a hot shower or a cold shower, but I do like ending with a cold shower as well. In regards to the Wim Hof breathing, so I've done it a bunch of times, but I can't get myself to do it consistently because it takes so long. Because you have to do the breath several times and then hold your breath and then do the breath several times, and then hold your breath, and it becomes like a long time, because you end up being able to hold your breath for so long that I end up forgetting to do it consistently. So the little bit that I've done it, I'll do it like very inconsistently. It's very cool, and I love the idea that I could hold my breath for a long time, especially because I love to swim and I love to swim underwater. But I haven't been able to stay consistent with it. And I haven't done any ice baths or anything extreme like that that I see people do. I don't really care to, I don't know. I don't really care to go in like a freezing lake or an ice bath. Although I'm sure it's very good for me. But yeah, it's just one of those things, you know? So yeah, if there are not any more questions, are there any more questions? If not, I will be ending this stream because I do have other things to do. And I do have a new video coming in this weekend. It's going to be on how to do hip extensions, which are super amazing. Well, it's not an easy exercise, just a super amazing advanced core exercise for back and front lever and all sorts of stuff. All right. So, someone says wait. One question. Okay. All right, I'll wait. All right. What do I think of sleeping on the floor? Okay, so sleeping on the floor is, I've done it. I like to do it. If I have no other option, I can do it. But it's nice to have some sort of padding. So maybe a bunch of blankets or a thin mattress topper, something like that is nice. But yeah, sleeping on the floor is cool. If you can sleep on your back, sleeping on the floor should be fine, okay? Especially if you don't have posture issues. So if you have a relatively normal flat spine, not too flat, but flat, then sleeping on the, and you sleep on the back, then sleeping on the floor should be okay, okay? Any movements to do while recovering from a separated AC joint? That's a tough one. You should probably, the doctor might not have, you know, good information, but see a physiotherapist. Basically, in general, the rule of thumb is that if you are doing something and it hurts, don't do it. If it doesn't hurt, keep doing it. You know? I know it sounds really simple, but a lot of this has to do with your own self-awareness. Because if you go to a physiotherapist, they will go through a bunch of different exercises as well. And they're going to ask you, does this hurt? Does this not hurt? And then they'll make a plan accordingly. So you just have to be very mindful and aware and conscious, and maybe take notes of what you can do and can't do, what doesn't aggravate your condition and what does, and go about it very slowly with the load, okay? Other than that, yeah, just have faith, because I know people who have had that AC joint separation and they recovered okay, so don't give up. Someone's asking, how long should a negative pull-up or chin-up last? In general, your aim for most negatives should be 10 seconds. If you could do 5 seconds, that's okay. Just keep slowing it down more and more. Eventually, your negative will slow down until you can actually pause. So one of the tips I have for you is when you're doing the actual negative, keep trying to pull up throughout the negative, okay? So that is eventually you will find that you can pull up, and that is what you want, okay? So resist the negative as much as possible. Like, don't just think that you're doing a negative. You're doing a negative because you can't do an actual pull-up, but you are trying to actually do a pull-up during the negative, if that makes sense. I hope that helps. And it's great that you can do a lot of scapular pulls. Always do those as a nice warm-up. That's excellent. Thoughts on block periodization? Yeah, periodization is a great idea if you have, especially if you're very methodical and you have a game plan and you know what your goals are. You know, it's a good thing to implement research. It takes a lot more, it takes quite a bit more research and knowing what to do it. It's more work involved, but if that kind of stuff keeps you motivated and fascinated, then it's good to do. It will make you more efficient overall. But the most important thing is that you stay consistent. So if it becomes overwhelming or the programming was not correct and it's becoming too hard, then it might bite you in the butt, right? So yeah. Matt's asking, do I practice meditation? I try to actually meditate whenever there is any pause in my life. So I've noticed that I don't have to. I made a video about this like a year ago. Basically, like, let's say I'm in the supermarket in line, right? Instead of like taking out my phone and like looking at my phone, I'll just stand there and I'll focus on my breath. And I don't have to close my eyes to meditate. I could just put my awareness on my breathing. And so I'm meditating. Nobody knows I'm meditating, but I'm meditating in my head. So anytime there's like a time where I just need to wait for something for a minute or more, I use that opportunity to meditate. So I basically sprinkle meditation in throughout the days and weeks. That is how I go about it. I've tried many times to just meditate like first thing in the morning. I'm not crazy about it. It's just like I rather move in the morning. I don't know. That movement is my meditation maybe. But in regards to the traditional meditation, I try to sprinkle it throughout the day. So, we got a lot of questions coming up. What are your top 3 bodyweight leg exercises? So I really like shrimp squats. I don't know why you say squats not allowed, but the shrimps are really good. And pistol squats are awesome. So split squats and Bulgarian split squats are also really good, but I don't do them regularly. I really enjoy shrimp squats, and in general I do a lot of bicycling. So I don't really worry too much about my legs when I go hard on a bike ride, because I'm doing like intense bike riding, like climbing 2,000 feet in 5 miles, like that kind of intensity. I've found the steepest hills possible and I go up them nonstop. And yeah. Okay, next question. I'm gonna catch up. I know a caloric deficit is the only way to lose weight, but counting calories has triggered binge eating for me for a decade. Any advice for binge eaters triggered by counting? Interesting. Generally, counting calories will make you more conscious, and if you're binge eating, you have a lot more logging to do. So in my personal experience, I find that it helps me to not be like, I will be less likely to binge eat when I am counting calories. I'm not sure what is the reason why you are binge eating. Are you restricting yourself too much? I'm not sure. If you are restricting yourself too much and it's leading to the opposite effect eventually, where you just can't take it anymore, you binge eat, or maybe you're just bored. I don't know. Maybe you're just eating foods that make you crave more foods, like chips and junk food. I don't know if you're eating those things, but like, let's say junk food in general, like chips, there's a sound, right? There's a crunch, there's a feel, there's this maybe a smell, maybe like the taste. All of it is intense, and it's made, and it's little bits that you eat repeatedly, right? And that's all like engineered that way to make you want to eat more and to make you addicted to eating it. So maybe it's the kind of foods you're choosing. Um, you know, like honestly, if you have cookies at home, don't buy anymore. If you have pastries, crackers, like just don't buy them. Even like throw them away. If you know this isn't good for you, like just get them out of the house. If it's not there, you can't eat it, really. Other than that, if they are like all over the counter, visible, put them away. Put them somewhere where you will not visually see them, so your mind won't be on it. So like out of sight, out of mind, right? But yeah, it's good that you're aware that you're binge eating. Maybe some people are not even aware that they are doing that. So awareness is the first step. But yeah, specifically binge eating triggered by calorie counting, I don't know. I don't know how to deal with that. No, I have not heard of Dr. Yesus. Sorry. Nice. DJI says, I followed your toe touching routine, and in 2 weeks I could put my palms flat on the ground. Very good. Very good. Awesome. What breed is my dog? My dog is a mix. She is not a pure breed, but her father was a pure breed. Sorry, her father was a boxer. So she has like that's why she has like the black eyes, and she had a black snout, but now it's turned white, and the pointy ears are from the mom, and yeah, yeah, she's a mix with a boxer, but she's basically a mutt. So yeah. Well, that was good. That was very productive. I loved all the questions, and I'm gonna end it here. It's been over half an hour. Thank you for watching, everybody. And there's a new video coming out this weekend, and the next weekend after that as well. So, yeah, I I'm gonna have to end the session right now. So I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.